Hello and welcome to Namaste Teens Class 2. Sorry it's been a little while, it's hard work fitting these in as well as all my other classes. I hope you're well, and let's start our class by focusing on our breath. Breathing in through your nose, down into the diaphragm and slowly out. So inhaling, making that tummy area nice and big when it's full of air, and then the tummy goes flat as you exhale the breath out of the body. So let's do that 3 times, nice, slow and deep. Lovely. Now we're going to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and breathe out for 4. So I'll help count along for you. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. And then slowly let your breath go back to normal. Breathing in and out, in and out. Let's shrug those shoulders up and round, making circles with them, warming them up. And forwards. Slowly place one hand on the ground and lift this arm up and over. Hopefully you should feel the stretch here. You sort of push the side out a bit to increase the stretch. Twist up to look at the ceiling. Take a breath in and come the other way. Raise the hand up and over. Push slightly out on this side of your body, looking up to the ceiling. Breathing in and out. And coming back. Let's do our twist. Place your hand on your opposite knee, and this hand is going to pull the shoulder round by coming lightly to touch the floor, keeping that back straight. Take a breath in and look as far over your shoulder as you can. Each time you breathe in, and when you breathe out, try and go a little deeper into the stretch. Breathing in and out, turning. And just go as far as it feels comfortable without hurting yourself. We never want to hurt ourselves, remember. You should just feel the stretch. Slowly coming back to the centre and going the other direction. Remember to keep all of your bottom on the floor. Using this arm to touch the ground to pull yourself around, breathing in. Can you go deeper into that stretch as you breathe out? And back to the centre. Interlace your fingers. Look at what little finger is on the outside as then you push your hands out and up. Trying to keep your shoulders away from your ears, but keeping those arms straight. And look up to your hands. Breathing out, look down, increasing the stretch on the back of the neck. And coming back to centre, dropping those arms down. And remember how I said, looking at the finger that's on the outside, we want to swap. And so your other little finger is on the outside. Push the hands away from you. Raise them up, shoulders away from the ears. Looking up towards the hands. Stretching the front of the neck. And breathing in. And then as you breathe out, drop your head to your chin to your chest, increasing the stretch on the back of your neck. Come back to centre and drop your arms down. Okay, we're just going to do a chest extension, so opening up across this area. I'm going to turn slightly to the side so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to reach my hands around and interlace them again. And then I'm going to pull my arms back. As you can see, that really opens across the shoulders and the chest. And we're going to take a breath in and fold forwards. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, go forwards. Those arms come up behind you. You take a breath in here and out. Breathing in and out. Now as you come up this time, I want you to lead with your nose. So we're going to come up on the inhale. So we're going to breathe, the exhale. So we're going to breathe in. And as we come up, leading with the nose, breathing out. Okay, let's swap the other leg in front, feeling weird, and the other finger in front like we did earlier with our interlace. And get ready to do it again. Breathing in, we can look up slightly as we breathe in and draw the arms back. And as we breathe out, folding forward. Feeling that stretch across those shoulders. And as you're breathing here, you should feel your diaphragm, your tummy, pushing into your legs. Get ready, on the next exhale, you're going to come up leading with the nose. Great. Let's move on to our sun salutations. Coming up to stand. Feet have a small gap, all toes planted on the ground, feet spread out, standing tall and strong, making sure that we're not pushing our butt out, that's in, and we're not pushing our chest out. We're in line, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Shoulders away from those ears. Get ready to breathe in. Raising your arms up, fingers are extended, looking up towards the ceiling, and breathing out, folding forwards, letting all the breath leave your body, and you just hang slightly. Remember, we're not locking out here, soft bend in those knees. Place your hands either on your shins or your thigh, whatever works for you to get that back flat. However it's comfy, preferably not over the knees though. So you're really pushing the tail out. Fold back down. Step your right leg back, coming into a lunge. Just take a second here, maybe just a soft bounce, just to extend and lengthen and stretch those muscles out, waking them all up. Plant your hands on the ground and step your left leg back, coming into our downward dog. Now this is our first one, so you want to make sure your fingers are planted on the ground, and you can push one heel down and then the other, walking those feet through. Stretching out those hamstrings, and those thighs. This is a real A downward dog is a full body workout really. Now push both heels back to the ground. Your head should be between your hands. Not up here, not down there. Just nice and stretched. We're going to lift up our we're going to lift up our left leg. And we're going to bring it through in towards, to get the hand where the, oh my words today. Bringing it through to place the foot between the hands, or as close as you can get it, to bring the lunge onto this side. Take a breath here, and that little soft bounce. Step both feet together. Forward bend. Breathing in and out to flat back extension. Breathe in here and breathe out, fold down. Breathe in and raise the hands up. And breathing out back to your heart. We're going to do the next set a little bit faster with a few added bonuses. Okay. Breathing in, raise the hands. Slight bend. Breathing out, folding forwards. Let everything hang and flop. Breathing in, flat back extension. Breathing out, fold back down. Step your right leg back, and then your left. Downward dog. Take a couple of breaths in here to settle into the pose. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears. Try and spread the shoulders out. Okay, leading with your right foot. So put the weight onto the left. Push the right leg away from you. The heel is up to the sky, the toes pointing to the ground, and you're in a three-legged dog. Take a breath. Next, I want you to rotate slightly, twisting around, and drop the lower leg down. And you look under your armpit, but try to keep the weight even in both hands. Feeling that stretch in the side of your body. Coming back to center, keep your knee bent as you bring it forwards towards the middle of your two hands. Push back to downward dog, three-legged dog. And bringing it forwards, this time the knee's going to go to the outside of your right arm. And pushing back to three-legged dog and replacing the foot. And taking a breath here. If you need to readjust your hands, do so. Put the weight onto the right foot as you lift your left foot into the air. Remember to push the heel away and the toes to the ground, three-legged dog. Turning to the side, dropping the lower leg, looking under the armpit, higher. And remember to keep those hands balanced in weight at the front and enjoying the stretch on the side of the body. Coming around, bringing the knee to the center of the hands. And pushing back to three-legged dog. And bringing the leg to the outside of the body. And back to three-legged dog. And replace your feet. Dropping your knees down. And bringing your hands slightly in and under your shoulders. We'll just have a little cat stretch. So we're going to arch the back up. Looking towards the tummy button, dropping that head down. Feeling your shoulders really stretching out here. Pushing your head up. At the same time, you're pushing your butt away from you. And coming into cow pose. Your stomach becomes the udders, droopy. So arching up, breathe in Yeah, breathe in. And breathe out. Cow. Breathing in, cat. And breathe out, cow. Just working with your breath for a couple more. And another one. And drop back into a child's pose. This is an extended child's pose because your arms are at the side. If you're feeling a bit wristy after those downward dogs, you can make some circles with those wrists in one direction and the other. Placing the hands, stretch them out. And we're coming back to a downward dog. So tucking those toes under and pushing back. We're going to take a couple of deep cleansing breaths here. So breathe into that tummy, and when you breathe out, I want it to all come out of the mouth. So breathing into your tummy and out. Breathing in. Breathing in. Walking those heels and feet slightly in, and make your way up to the front of the mat. Coming up onto your fingertips. And I want you to bend your knees, resting your chest on your legs. And what we're going to do now in a second is we're going to breathe in and come up into chair pose. If your feet feel comfortable with a small gap between them, that's great. Otherwise you can bring your feet all together, so your feet and toes touching each other, big toes. As you breathe in, sweep the arms up, keeping those knees bent into chair pose. Pushing the butt down towards the ground. Hands are by your ears, taking a breath in here. And another breath in and out. And on the next breath out, I want you to tip forwards, keeping those knees bent. I'm going to do it one more time. So just for a second, get your breath back here. Get ready. Breathing in and raising up. Breathing out and settling down. Keep breathing in and out, deeply into that stomach. Diaphragmatic breathing, calming breath. You should start to feel the legs burn a bit. So let's tip forwards, straighten those legs this time, and hang. Place your hands on your shin or your thighs for your flat back extension. Folding down, breathing in, coming up. Hands come together as you breathe out and down. Brilliant. Let's come to pose focus. We're going to start with boat pose. Coming onto your bottom. Feet flat, and your knees are bent, and your hands come onto your thighs to start with a level 1. And you're just going to raise up one leg and then the other. So you're trying to keep your shoulders back and down and your back straight. Now if you think this is tough enough, then you can stay in this pose, and each time you want to come out of it, cross at the legs and slightly tip forwards. Get your breath back and then come back into it. If you'd like to move on to a little bit harder, then you take your arms away from you and you can hang out in this one. Take a couple of breaths in here. And then when you tip forward, cross the other way round to come forward, a couple of breaths. So this is really working the core. So it's very good for the abs, but it's also really great for your digestion. So we're going to come back into it, whichever level you want, either here or here. And if you'd like to go further, the full pose would be to try to straighten the legs. Of course, we don't want to tip back. We want to keep that back nice and straight. So maybe just go with one leg first. Try the other one. And then see if you can do both. That's it, great. I'm feeling myself shaking a bit. And tip forwards. And breathe here. We'll just do it one more time. Making sure my shoulders aren't too near my ears. And cross the legs the other way when you come down this time. Okay, hopefully you can feel that working across this area. Next we're going to try Dolphin Pose. So this is actually quite a tough shoulder workout. It's not my best pose. It's one of those that I find quite tough, and some people find it easy, some people find it tough. We're all different. So we're not all going to feel it the same way. In fact, some people might absolutely hate this. I quite like it, but I just find it quite hard. Okay, so it's a slight version of a downward dog. So we're going to come onto our knees and then come onto our forearms. And to get the right positioning, we're going to hold our hands on our elbows, bring the hands out and create a tripod. This should mean that your arms and shoulders and everything is in the right position if you do that. So always check and place your hands. And you can have them interlocking, you can just have them wrapped around each other, but you want this to be a nice steady base. So just go with what's comfortable. You're going to tuck the toes under and then you're going to push back like you're in a downward dog, and your head is just going to hang down. So it shouldn't touch the floor, and you're just going to let it hang between your arms. Okay, so this is a dolphin pose. The heels still push towards the ground, but you'll find you're a bit more on the ball of the foot. And with a dolphin, they like to dip and dive, so you can bring it into a plank and come forwards. Now the idea is that you touch your forehead on the mat in front of you. That's what I find really hard. So you're meant to touch the mat here and the mat here, going backwards and forwards. So just see how it goes. Just go as far as is comfortable. Do not attempt to try and do it too much. It's a really hard workout on the shoulders. So just have a couple of goes and then have a rest. So I can only really go slightly forwards and back. So apparently this is a very good one for headaches. Great for fatigue. So if you're feeling quite tired, it's actually, because you're doing an upside down in this bit, it's getting the blood to your head, so it's actually quite invigorating. And you feel pretty strong after doing it as well. So just do it for a couple of times, and when you feel you've had enough, drop to the knees, come back into that extended child's pose, giving your arms and shoulders a break. And if you really want to give them a break, you can tuck them in to a regular child's pose. Your backs of your hands are on the floor, palms to the sky. And take a breath in here. Coming slowly back up. So, if you would like a bit of a challenge, I have a challenge for you. Sorry, I have a hair on my mouth. Now this challenge is a possible challenge where you could hurt yourself. So there's strict rules. I do not want anyone attempting this without something to catch their face. This is called crow pose, and it is very, very easy to fall forwards. If you fall forwards without anything in front of you, you have a good chance of breaking your nose. Now, there's not that many poses in yoga that can cause injury, apart from overstretching. This one can. Broken noses, which we do not want. No one wants to go to hospital at the moment, and no one wants to have a broken nose because it's not very attractive with all that bruising. So you must use a pillow or cushion. It must be placed under where your face is going to fall, so you might have to adjust things a couple of times. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. I'm going to be slightly wonky, so hopefully you can see me. Okay, we're going to start with nice wide legs. Toes are going to point out, and we're going to come into a squat. We're going to come into a wide squat. I've still got that hair, sorry. And our hands are going to be firmly planted on the ground, fingers spread because they're going to take all the weight. So again, you want a nice base spread out to even the weight. You're going to put the arm on the inside of the leg. So you're going to push the arm into the leg and the leg into the arm. Those opposing forces will help. When you do this, I don't want you to look down with the head. Remember, your head is super heavy. You look down with it, you're going to tip yourself forward more likely. So try to look out and up slightly when you do it. Okay, let's bend those knees, bottom up high, fingers spread them wide and they're slightly turned out. Okay. Bringing the weight forward onto the arms and coming up onto the toes. Keep adjusting. Keep checking those hands are so down tight beforehand. And then bring the toes in. Lift up one foot. See if that can manage. Lift up the other foot. And it might only take a few seconds, because it's a real confidence thing, how long you can take it. Now, I am obviously very old, but I've been doing yoga a long time. It's not a pose that we do in regular adult classes very often, not in the ones I go to anyway. And it's taken me quite a long time to even get my feet up off the ground more than a few seconds. Well, I can still only do it for a few seconds. I don't think I can get to minutes yet, but you know, it would be 2 or 3 seconds. Now it's 10 or 15 seconds. So it's all about practice, and the more you practice these things, the stronger you'll get. So for a second, I'm going to stop talking and focus on what I'm doing to see if I can get it done properly. So, legs out wide, hands planted on the ground, coming forwards onto the legs. And slowly lower with control. And you might just want to give those wrists a little rotate. Now that might be enough for you. You might not want to try it again. You might not like it. Totally up to you. But I'm going to have another little stab at it. Making sure those fingers are spread and wide. I'm going to adjust that. Ooh, not so good. Oh, that's enough for me today. I'm going to come down onto my knees. I'm going to rotate those around. And then we're going to come into a modified shoulder stand. The reason we're going to do a modified shoulder stand is that a shoulder stand can be quite hard work on the neck. And what's important in a shoulder stand is that you don't turn your head from one side to the other, because we don't want to hurt our neck muscles, which obviously are quite delicate. So, lower yourself back onto the mat. Keep your arms close to your body, and you're going to raise up your legs. So I'm going to stop turning to look at the camera, which is going to be tricky because I keep wanting to talk to you. So I'm going to look at the sky while I do it. So I'm going to lift up my feet, and I'm going to then push them up and place my fingers on my back. My fingers are going to point towards the bottom, and they should be one on each side of your spine. And your legs are forward. We're not putting them straight up in the air because that is a full shoulder stand, and if we do that, we need to have extra protection on our neck, such as a blanket underneath. With this one, we don't need to do that. Now, you still get the same great benefits from doing a modified shoulder stand as you do a full shoulder stand. The blood coming down to your head. So it's really good for you if you're feeling tired. These inversions. So you're just breathing here slightly. And you can bring your feet together and do a cobbler's pose. The palms of your feet, the soles of your feet together, your knees out to the side. And take a breath in here. Push those legs back, out. And to come out of it, lower your hands down and roll. Slowly and with control. And place your feet down onto the ground. So there's a few challenges there. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Let's stretch out and relax. One of the best bits. So this is where we relax. If you want to use a blanket to keep you warm while you lay down, we often do in our grown-up classes, grab a blanket. Something that's really helpful is an eye pillow. Now obviously it's uncommon for people to have eye pillows at home, but the idea of it goes over the eyes. These ones have lavender seeds in, so they smell really pretty as you breathe in and out. You can get them off of online stores quite easily if you do want to get one, but if you haven't got one, you can just use just a bit of cloth and stuff like that to cover the eyes if you're not very good at keeping them closed. These obviously with the weight of the seeds, the weight on the eyelids is quite calming, but it's not necessary. You just lay back, close your eyes. So stretch your legs away from you and roll yourself down onto the mat. Get yourself comfortable. Your aim is to lay still, so you want to get yourself comfy first. And let those feet flop out to the sides. The arms come to the sides, the palms up to the ceiling. If you feel that's comfortable, that rotates your shoulders into your back. If you turn your hands that way, your shoulders are quite up. Turn them that way, they sort of melt into the mat better. So in yoga, this is called Shavasana. And Shavasana means corpse. Corpse, dead body, still, no movement, dead body. That's what you're thinking. Take a breath in and start to imagine your body heavy, sinking down onto that mat. If it's comfortable, close your eyes. If you don't like that, just gaze towards the tip of your nose Or just stare at the ceiling, nothing in particular, just let your eyes fuzz over. Keep doing that lovely breathing, but don't force it. Just let your breath be natural, but try to keep it into the tummy, the diaphragm, as you're breathing in and out, filling the diaphragm, filling up the chest, and just slow and steady. So we're going to start our relaxation with a body scan. So I'm going to say a part of the body, and when you hear that part of the body, I don't want you to move it, I just want you to take your attention to it. So starting with the right side of the body, with your right big toe, and then the next toe, and all the toes down to the little toe. All your toes on your right foot. The sole of your right foot and the top of your right foot. The heel of the right foot and your ankle on the right foot are all feeling totally relaxed. The back of the right leg, the front of the right leg, the back of the knee, the front of the right knee, the back of the right upper leg, your right front thigh, the whole right leg, feeling completely relaxed. Your attention to the left side of your body, your left big toe, the next toe, the next and the next and the little toe. All of the toes, the sole of the left foot, the top of the left foot, the heel and the ankle of the left foot, all totally relaxed. The back of the left leg, the front of the left leg, the back of the left knee, the front of the knee, the back of the left thigh, the front of the left thigh, the whole left leg, totally relaxed. Your right hip, your left hip, the front of the pelvis, the back of the pelvis, the back of your lower back, the front of your tummy, your upper back and your chest, all totally relaxed. Your attention to your right arm, your right thumb, your first finger, second finger, third finger and little finger, all your fingers and thumb. The back of your hand, the palm of your hand and your wrist, your front forearm and your back forearm, the front of your elbow and the back of your elbow, the front of your upper arm the back of your upper arm and your right shoulder, all totally relaxed. Retention to your left arm, your left thumb, your first finger, second finger, third finger and little finger. All your fingers and thumb on your left hand. The back of your left hand, the palm of your left hand, the wrist of your left hand, the back of your forearm and the front of your forearm, the back of the elbow and front of the elbow, your left upper arm, front, and left upper arm, inner, and your left shoulder, all totally relaxed. The back of your neck and the front of your neck, your jaw, your lips, your tongue, your left ear and your right ear, all totally relaxed. Your left eye, your right eye, your left elbow, your left eyebrow, your right eyebrow, your forehead, the top of your head and every hair on your scalp, totally relaxed. Your heart, totally relaxed. Your whole body, totally relaxed. Bring your attention to your breath. Slowly breathing in and out, in and out. Bring your awareness to your body and how it's feeling. Notice the heaviness against the floor. And slowly bring life back by wiggling your fingers slightly, and movement to the toes by wiggling them. Take a big breath in. Stretch your arms up over your head. And hug your knees up to your tummy. Place your hands on your knees and draw little circles with them, massaging your back. Keeping your eyes closed if they are at this time. Back the other direction. And slowly roll onto one side, preferably your right side. I'm going left because otherwise I've got my back to you. Pause for a second. Blink your eyes open. It's going to be bright. Hopefully the world seems brighter. Hopefully you're feeling peaceful and calm. Slowly push yourself up. Come into cross-legged. We're just going to take a moment here, as we didn't do a meditation earlier. We're just going to focus for a second. So I'd like you to stare at a small patch on the floor. Just take a couple of breaths in. Just focusing on one thing. Just thinking of that one thing you're looking at. Keeping breathing. Keeping that focus. And slowly blink your eyes. Raise your head up. Hands to our head to think good things. Hands to our mouth to say good things. And hands to our heart to do good things. Namaste. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for joining me.